Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. At this indicator, all you need to do is a quick search, in which the closing price has been lower. We will have this plotting of the output for the indicator in the green shade. But if the volume of the candles with closing value lower than the opening price is greater, the sum of the volume of these red candles is greater, then we will have the output of the volume denoted in the red color. So we can derive these inference simply by looking at the color of these bars. If it is green, that means there has been increasing volume derived price action where the gains have been happening for last couple of hours, last formation of the swing highs and swing lows with these volume also backing up the price with these continuous gains. But if we see the bars of this indicator are red, that means the price action is turning slightly negative or even more negative depending on the length of these bars. If there is a decline with the increasing volume, we will have these charts bar rising quite higher compared to the recent bars of the output value. So even if we simply look at these price formation and compare the height of these output values of the Weiss wave, we can even determine the strength of the current moves and how strong it is and how likely it is to last. We can gather these data points and then make use of these data points to figure out the trading opportunities. So if we simply look at the price formation of last two sessions for the Euro USD, we can look at these recent highs and lows formation. And even though the formation has been of higher highs and higher lows for the Euro USD on the hourly chart, we haven't really observed much of a gain for these last two sessions. And we could have avoided taking strong buy trades simply by observing these Euro USD's plotting of these output value for the indicator, because on these last two sessions we haven't really observed any strong output value for the Weiss waves indicator on the buy side. Rather than that, we have seen some correction, some selling pressure on these levels. So simply looking at this formation of the output value would have given you the indication that the buying momentum is not strong enough and it is better to sit on the sidelines or to go for the trades with a lighter trade volume, even if you want to go with the price formation which is indicating the continuation of the bullish trajectory. The volume data is not really supportive, the immediate price action is also not that supportive, and this is the phase of the consolidation, and with this output value showing the signs of correction, we could have even been able to use the scalping mechanism, scalping technique to profit from these limited price moves nonetheless. So that kind of trading opportunities can also be exploited. All we have to do is watch for the output value and its recent highs and lows. And if we look at the output value of the Weiss indicator, Weiss wave in relative terms, and compare it with the output which we have observed in recent history, we can get a good idea of the strength of the current price move, and using that we can draw these meaningful inference of deciding whether to get involved for a new trade or to simply sit on the sideline. So all these possibilities can be explored and we can go for a new trade accordingly. So if we have to decide now, you would clearly notice that this is not really a time to buy because we haven't really seen any significant buying momentum at this current juncture. If we look at the length of these green bars in comparison to the recent history, you will see that these are too small. So it is better for us to sit on the sidelines and avoid any kind of buy entries at the current juncture. Maybe if things continue to hold and if we see the cumulative volume also building up and the price momentum building up, maybe we can change our thoughts later on. But right now, it is better to sit on the sidelines and allow this consolidation to continue while waiting for the breakout with the confirmation being given with the Weiss waves indicator. So if you want to use this indicator, there are multiple ways, and one of the simplest ways is to simply look at these changes, and you can plan your trades accordingly. So if you feel you want to initiate a buy trade, you can look at the changes of the Weiss waves output value from red to green. You can decide to go for a long trade. From green to red, you can decide to go for a short sale trade, or you can look at the relative history, and if we see the output of the recent move output value being higher than the prior high. So, for example, if you are looking at a short selling opportunity, then you can consider the current red output of the Weiss down volume output of the Weiss waves and compare it to the prior waves down volume output, and if it is greater, then you can draw the simple inference that the current negative price move is stronger. So this might be the time to get involved for a short sale. Same thing you can apply for a long trade. If you see the current output of the up volume is greater than the up volume observed in the prior up series, you can think about getting involved for a buy trade, and you can use the price formation of the price waves to determine the entry and exit points. So these are the simplest examples of these indicators used. Also, if you want additional confirmations, you can pair it up with other indicators like SMA or any other technical indicator, and in conjunction with those technical indicators, you can try to optimize your entry and exit points. So that will improve your chances of getting the trade right, getting the probability higher, and of course that means the increased likelihood of making money rather than losing money. So all these possibilities are there with these indicators work. So you give attention to it and try out various combinations, try out various possibilities, and with that you will stand to gain considerably if you are able to figure out a good enough formation, good enough system using these Weiss waves indicator. Now let me make you aware of the editing options provided on the platform. Let us consider what we can do in terms of editing these indicators input parameters. It is taking some time. Alright, here we got it. Difference, we can increase or decrease these parameter. If you want to increase it, you can do that as well, and depending on that, the number of candle periods you are using for calculation of the difference, we will have the smoothing factor vary. If we use larger number of the difference, then we will have these indicators output being a lot more smoother. It will not change much frequently, but if we use lower time frame as the difference, then it will change quite frequently. So this is the trade-off. If you make it much more responsive, you can decrease the difference. If you want the reliability to be good enough, higher, then you will have to go with a larger difference. So you will have to observe what kind of difference suits your trading system, and accordingly you can arrive at a stable value for the input. Now I am going to restore it back to the default of 5. Output, you can go for different color combinations, so these possibilities are there on the platform. Up volume and down volume, if you feel like, you can change the color combination. Levels, there are no levels in place, but if you feel like, you can add the levels as per your requirement. Recalculate on new candle only. This is not going to make much of a difference. Highlight the time period zone. Your difference calculation period will be considered and highlighted. Further customization can also be done in terms of all the candle grids. Whenever you change the chart's candle grid, you can do that as well. Or you can specify some time frame on which you want these indicators to be available, and only on that time frame these indicators will be available. So all these possibilities are there. Do try it out, see how all these things work out for you, and if you are able to come up with a optimum trading setup which gives you higher probability of getting the trade right, then nothing better. My job will be well done. And if you have any query, you can write to me in the feedback. I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Now I am signing off for the day. Do try it out. Do work with these indicators. See how you can take advantage of this formation of the Weis wheels to go for a profitable trading decision. So that's all from my side. Thank you all for joining in. See you next time around with a liquid interesting indicator to work with. Come back. Goodbye.